Upside Down, it's Jack D. Dagenham Princess, it's Stacey Solomon. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, sex, cheese, and rock and roll, it's Alex James. This charming man, it's David O'Doherty. And their team captain, Jon Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 3 in 10 households don't own a book? And before you start arguing, the Domino's menu is not a book. Scientists claim that up to 70% of British men are related to Tutankhamun. I think what they're saying is, somewhere in the very distant past, we've all got the same mummy. And 52% of dog owners pet their pooch whilst driving. I sometimes pet my girlfriend's pooch whilst driving. But I stroke her puppies first, I'm not an animal. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. Tonight, it's our panelist job to guess the British public's top 3 most annoying things about modern life. John's team, you ought to go first. What's the most annoying thing about modern life?
It's hard for me to be specific because I pretty much hate everything. And I think I would have hated everything whatever era I was in.
Wow. Apart from cardigans.
Love a cardigan. Yeah. Who doesn't love a cardigan? You guys.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I don't own a cardigan.
You don't own a cardigan?
My nan's got loads.
Maybe I'll take her number.
We're obviously all out of our depth, Jimmy, with this subject. As comedians, we don't really think about things that annoy us that much.
Because you're very much sort of in the clowning tradition, I feel.
I am. You know.
You bring joy to the world.
I am. A little bit of sunshine I like to bring into the world. I don't know. Ask the tramps, what do they think?
Tramps.
I've been on... Is it our shop doorways are getting smaller?
I've been trying to get healthy recently, and that's quite annoying.
What's your health regime?
I bought a box of muesli, which is it's all of the other breakfast cereals have like a cartoon character on the front, but if muesli were to have a picture, it should just be an old lady crying. Just, help me, shit.
Generationally, I think we will be remembered as the generation who invented the gastric band. When they look back on us, they'll go, oh, what were people up to then? Well, they had to staple their stomachs closed because they couldn't stop shoveling shit into them. There's been industrial revolutions, there's been civil wars, but if it's there, I can't resist a bonbon. Yes, you can.
I can't refuse food, never. Never have, never will. I don't exercise.
You must exercise a bit.
I had to exercise once for the triathlon, and everyone was coming out of the triathlon like, oh, I feel exhilarated, I'm doing it next year, I'm signing up now. I was like, oh my God, get me out of there, I'm never doing this again. What a horrible thing to do. Who puts himself up for this?
I don't like it if people... It's all very well if you're on a diet, but I do think, you know, what you do in the privacy of your own home, that's your business, right? But
Thanks,
if you
mate.
come out, then don't bring your diet with you. That's the rule to me. When you get people come over and, you know, have you got any macrobiotic food, please? No, I'm going to barbecue.
Well, whenever I'm cooking, I always make sure there are dishes available. Well, I always make sure there's a vegetarian choice when I'm cooking. They can make do or they can fuck off.
I had a bacterial stomach infection recently. And I lost I lost 2.5 stone. And I guess it's more just an indication of the superficial times we live in. Everyone I met just went, you look brilliant. And I you have a healthy glow, it's a poo smell.
This is the basic thing that we as a generation haven't understood about our bodies, is that our mouths are bigger than our arseholes.
I'll tell you what worked for me. When Blur got back together, I started running to get back into my Britpop trousers. But one night I got caught out and it got dark before I got home. And so I ended up running around the woods in the dark. And I got home and I burnt like 2,000 million calories and my average heart rate had been like 106% of maximum because I was cacking it, running around the woods in the dark with a torch on.
You take a...
That's the best way to lose weight.
Jack wants to say something.
Oh, I don't want to say
Jack
something.
wants to say something.
No,
say it, Jack, please.
Shut your mouth.
It'll be good, Jack.
I was going to say you could take a video and call it the Blur Witch Project. I don't want to say it. Just shut up. Don't make me say it.
OK, let's have a look and see whether dieting and exercise annoys people. Yes. Yes, the pressure to diet and keep fit is annoying. Some ladies don't exercise because they worry they'll look stupid. Ladies, you don't look stupid. What's stupid about an 18-stone woman in size 8 leggings sweating like a whore in church on a bike that's going nowhere? Sean, what else do you think people find annoying about modern life?
Is it war?
Well, we're looking for things that are annoying. I mean, it is annoying.
Can you turn it down? I don't know what's the news. No, the advertising people. The adverts in your brain.
I love adverts.
Really?
Yeah. You know when have you seen the milk one? Where he goes, listen, love, I swear I've changed. I'm not the same anymore. It's this milk standing talking to this woman because he's got rid of his lactose or something and she can drink him now.
Are you broken?
Oh, it's a great advert.
I would deliberately boycott any product that they advertise by making something that doesn't talk. Because there's enough stress looking after people I care about without having to feel like I was rude to my breakfast. Hi, I'm full of friendly... You're a yoghurt. You are a yoghurt. Don't talk to me. And then by the time you've said that, you've already lost. Another guy in a cardigan shouting at a yoghurt in your kitchen.
A survey recently said that the most annoying advert in Britain is the Go Compare.
I don't like the compare the market ones. I'll tell you what, I think they're racist. You know, with the, simples, the Russian accent. It's racist. Basically, what they're saying is Russians are like little furry creatures. If those meerkats had Chinese voices, they'd say, if it's comparethemarket.com. That's outrageous, you can't do that. It's not comparethemarket.com. You can't do that. I mean, I can, because I'm making a satirical point. If it was Nigeria, like comparethemarket.com. You can't, that's really outrageous, but it's all right to have a Russian accent.
No, just give it a minute. He can definitely dig himself deeper.
Imagine if it was made in Mexico, like,
no!
comparethemarket.com.
I've got an advertising fact for you. Alexandra, the meerkat from the Compare the Market ads, released a best-selling autobiography last year.
Did he? Yeah. He's doing well.
Yeah. How does he hold the pen?
I looked it up on Amazon. It said people who bought this also bought timeshares in Narnia.
Let's have a look and see if advertising is up there. Yes, being bombarded with adverts is another thing that annoys us all. People say adverts aren't effective, but I know exactly who I would go to if I wanted to compare insurance quotes. Quotezone.co.uk. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing to get.
I think air fresheners are the most annoying aspect of modern life, and I think they're unnecessary. If you have air fresheners in your house, you're not washing enough. You want to open the window.
Hey, so speaking of scents, you've just released perfume, haven't you?
Yeah.
Releasing a fragrance.
I thought that was a really polite way of saying she's farted.
I'm not.
You've just released a perfume,
Smell
haven't
my
you?
mum.
What's your perfume called?
It's called Smile. I made it all myself. Woo! They were like, we can do it all for you, design the bottle. I was like, no. I went home like a 5-year-old, drew it. It was really sad.
And is it like a traditional eau de toilette or is it more like a Febreze?
It's an eau de toilette, yeah. It's not a Febreze.
If it goes well, can I do the male version of Smile?
Oh, you can. Anger.
Yeah.
Misery.
That'll do.
OK, so that isn't one of the most annoying things about modern life. Have another guess.
Manners. Bad manners. Discourteous behaviour. It's very important. I mean, I go home, my wife and kids still curtsy when I come in.
I think sometimes you do need bad manners, otherwise your life would just be hell. You need... Well, you know, if you go over to someone's house or you go out with someone you didn't enjoy it, you know, if you're not rude to them at the end of it, it's only going to happen again, isn't it? So it's best to say, to be honest, I didn't enjoy it. Food was chewy, and your partner is a crashing bore. It's been a rubbish evening.
You don't need to say any of that. You can do it with a look, and this is the look. Bye. Say, lovely evening. You just go.
I've had a great evening.
That is it. Yeah. You're pretty good at that look.
Yeah. I've had a great time.
Is anyone ever rude to you, Stacey? I can't imagine they would be.
There was this one person who just... Oh, no, it doesn't happen often. But there was one random girl come up to him and went, I've heard you're not very nice, huh? And I was like, oh, thanks. Shoot me down. Spit on my kids, why don't you?
Someone comes up to you and says, I've heard you're not very nice. That's just your chance to go, no, I'm not. Go fuck yourself.
What I don't like is all the swearing. I don't like all the swearing, particularly in porn films. See, come on, you're both having a lovely time. She's performing an act of great kindness, and all you can do is swear. It's so ungrateful. It is. I'll turn the sound down. I can't listen to it. I can't.
It's the little occasions, though, where people are rude and they show bad manners that is most upsetting when you're driving and you stop at a zebra crossing for someone and they walk across as if it's their God-given right. You know, all you have to do is... That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just
a little...
And I, as a driver, am satisfied. That's fine. It's a good little exchange. I stopped for you. You said thanks. But then if they walk across without even doing that, you think, well, now I have to do a U-turn and see how fast this car can really go.
Let's have a look and see whether bad manners is one of the most annoying things about modern life. Yes, bad manners are the most annoying thing about modern life. My granddad used to insist on standing up whenever a lady walked into the room, which ultimately is what led to him losing his disability living allowance. So at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean, Jack and Stacey have 2 points. John, Alex and David have 1. OK, John's team, what would you like to look off?
I like the woman.
He likes the woman.
Go for the frightened woman.
OK, so you've gone for the frightened woman. Here is a clip, a magnificent clip, might I add, to illustrate your question.
Chris, you chose Muhammad Ali.
Come on, Miss Piggy. Come on. Come on, I can't believe it.
Sabrina, you chose Miss Piggy.
Yes, I did. Oh my God, I got the straight wrong answer.
I'm going to reveal the wrong answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The wrong answer is Miss Piggy.
Oh my God!
Too high. I didn't like it at all. Stupid Muppets.
What I want to know is, what was the question? Well, the person that got it right said Muhammad Ali. She said Miss Piggy. How wrong?
That is how all stupid people should be punished.
OK. Your related question. Most people would face their greatest fear if they were paid enough money. True or false?
I would, because my greatest fear is having no money.
You cannot argue with that. What's your greatest fear, Stacey?
I'm scared of quite a lot of things, most things, in fact.
Because you were on I'm a Celebrity, weren't you?
Yeah, that was scary.
What was the worst thing you had to do?
I hated that truck thing they put me in, where, like, every cubbyhole had a different, like, bug in it, and you have to, like, open them up and then untie knots. I mean, and you'd think they'd put the knots a little bit loose for you, you know? You've already opened this cupboard. Some spider, cockroach thingy has fallen on you. So I was covered in bugs, and I was just like, I can't open the knots. Why? And then it, like, tipped over, chucked me out the back.
Jimmy's trying to follow the story. He's going... I'd love you to explain the plot to a film like Usual Suspects. That'd be great.
OK, what's your greatest fear, John? What are you...
I'm scared of spiders, I'm scared of heights, I'm scared of things that will... I don't understand why people are supposed to get over their fears. Fear is a legitimate thing to stop you dying of things. We used to do a thing at school where you go up to someone and you go, oh, I've got something for you. Oh, blinking powder. Oh, you blinked. You go, yeah, I thought you were going to throw something in my face. It's natural. I'm not going to get over it so that I can end up... But King Harold wasn't in a field going, yeah, didn't blink though, did I?
You make a point, and it's not... you know, you should be properly scared of things that are dangerous. You know that guy who had a pet cobra?
Oh, yeah, this was recently.
Yeah, he kept a cobra in his house, and... you know, he kept it for a couple of years, and then sooner or later it just went like that, bit him, and he died. It was very sad. But he was quoted as saying that cobras are much misunderstood. I thought, yeah, by you.
My friend worked for a while in the lion enclosure in Melbourne Zoo in Australia, and they've had three people have tried to break in to talk to the lions in the middle of the night. Mostly, there's a religious man who's jumped in twice and he reads the Bible to them. But the other guy was a karate. He was a black belt, and when the next morning all they found was his head, and there was a legal case afterwards to try and find out what had happened. And his sensei was called in, and the quote from his sensei was, no. All I said to him was, you are so good, you could fight a lion.
I love the way you say they had an inquest. Was it an inquest?
Inquest.
Inquest into the death. I'm not qualified in any way, but I could tell you what happened there. Lion go yum yum.
Do you think the lion toyed with them at all? Said, whoa, that's hard. What are you doing? You're a tough guy. What is this, karate, is it? Never heard of that. Oh, stop. Ow, that hurts.
OK, most people would face their greatest fear if they were paid enough money. True or false? Sean?
What do you think?
Definitely.
Yes, OK,
would.
yes,
I think people
definitely.
would.
We'll say definitely.
You're saying true, you're saying?
We think yes as well.
Yeah, go on.
OK, I can tell you the answer is true. 83% of people would face their greatest fear if they were paid enough money. People appear on shows like I'm a Celebrity to conquer their worst fears, like not being famous anymore.
Anyway.
Nation sweetheart. So the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your question. Best thing about the countryside?
Having a nature wee.
You live pretty much on a farm, don't you? Is it a farm?
I do live on a farm, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a working farm.
Works very well, thanks.
Your team does this evening, John, if you don't mind me saying, look like a farmer's convention. In a good way. In a good way. It just looks as if you're all here going, well, we'd like to learn a lot more about combine harvesters this week.
I think the joys of the countryside are subtle, aren't they?
Cow pat.
Subtle.
I think it's the best. Just that they called it cow pat. I think it's brilliant.
Quite easily pleased, Stacey.
Did you ever go cow tipping? Everyone pushes over a cow and they're like... Get back up again.
Have you ever done that? It's a lot of fun.
Fly tipping is very intricate. The best thing about the country is hanging around the woods and waiting for Alex James to run past. In all his gear. It's very funny.
I'd like to do it naked. I would like to run naked through the countryside.
Well, you own quite a big bit of land. You could just do that on your own land. They can't stop you, I don't think.
No, just everywhere.
There's something... A man running naked is never good. There's some flippity-floppity going on there. What do you like most about the countryside, David?
I like the lawlessness of it.
Given the frequency of murders in Midsummer and how late John Nettle solves them, imagine if you lived anywhere other than that, you could get away with a murder. Because he only just gets it anyway. You think, if I lived in another village you didn't live in, I could definitely harpoon the cricket scorer.
Jack, you ever been to the country?
Yeah.
Like it? Hate it?
I like shooting owls. They got no right flying around at night. All the birds mainly go to bed at night time. They don't do that. So I don't have any truck with that.
That sounds like the sort of thing a psychopath would write in blood on a wall, going, I killed the owls because the birds go sleep night time. Really, you don't really shoot all the owls anyway.
No,
you were just having a bit of fun.
It was just for comic effect.
Come on, everyone, relax a bit. I'll tell you what I like about the countryside is the vibrant wife-swapping communities. I mean, you can get unlucky. You go, oh, it's Auntie Sue again.
Still, she makes a terrific breakfast. Best thing about the countryside, I'll give you a clue.
Is it seeing Land Rovers in their natural habitat? Roaming free. Gosh, a lot of kids have never seen them in the wild.
They serve beer.
The pubs.
That's the right answer.
The pubs.
Yes, the best thing about the countryside is country pubs. I stayed in the countryside and every night I found myself in the ploughman's arms. He was so hunky I just couldn't help myself. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Alex and David have 3 points. Sean, Jack and Stacey have 3 points. It's a dead heat. Everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. If you want more, tune into 8 out of 10 Cats Uncut on Saturday. That's all from us. Good night.
Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, Johnny Vegas, Sarah Milliken, Example, Rachel Riley, Dr. Kristen Jessen, Tim Minchin, Jennifer Metcalf, Josh Whitcomb, Mark Watson, Nick Grimshaw, and their team captain, Jon Richardson. And facing them tonight, Louis Spence, Louise Redknapp, Russell Kane, Joey Essex, Lorraine Kelly, Vernon Kay, Joe Wilkinson, Joe Lysick, Ollie Locke, and their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 31% of men say they have a bucket list of things to do before they die? Number 1, find out where that smoke's coming from. 12% of British people have a friend with benefits. I've got a friend with benefits. She's on benefits. 4 out of 10 workplace relationships result in marriage, and 6 in 10 result in a written warning about the incident in the stationery cupboard. And almost a third of men aged between 20 and 34 live at home with their parents, the most common reasons being cost, convenience, and if you're from Norfolk, sex on tap. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelist job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean, Louise, Russell, what are the nation we talking about this week?
St Paul's.
Yeah.
St Paul's protest.
Yeah.
Have you been down there, Russell?
No.
Haven't you?
I'm not posh enough. It's just a load of
It's
like middle class
weird.
people going, let's have a Eurofile degrees and pelts and paws. Here's a quail's egg. Here's a tomato that's sunblushed, you mofos. Take that at the banks.
They're not really camping there, are they? They're going home overnight.
Let's go back on our gap year. Brown person, photo. Back to the UK, hooray!
It does feel a little bit like that some middle-class people saw Dale Farm and thought, that looks fun.
That looks so random.
I went down there to have a look. I went down there to sort of do a review for Campsite magazine. I gave it 3 stars because I said the drainage is amazing. Because obviously Christopher Wren knew a thing or two about. He built it on a hill. Very good drainage there as a campsite and very good entertainment facilities. You got your pubs, your sightseeing, and of course there's a chapel on site. Not much for the kiddies. Not very much needed for kiddies. And the toilet block is frankly a disgrace.
That's like the camp in New York's got like a library and media. It sounds better than my school. They've got a juice bar. We had dog shit on the running track.
But it's a bit weird, the one in New York, because you don't actually get to see that much footage of it. You know what I mean? It's a big protest, but it's not been covered that much in the news. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's a bit
They
weird.
have deliberately played it down.
Yeah.
Well, so for something that's happening right the way around the world, but then it is, you know, it's anti-corporate and a lot of TV stations are owned by corporations.
Oh, my
but the
God,
thing-
Jimmy. Why isn't that on the news? That's like serious shit, man.
Have another go on this.
Corporations are controlling what we... Oh, my God.
The thing is, it kicks off in Tiananmen Square. Yeah, news crew, straight there. New York, Wall Street, don't hear a thing.
Yeah, those Chinese have got it right. They're open and free, aren't they? Why isn't it more like China? China, they don't have this problem with capitalism, do they?
But they're supposed to be anti-capitalism and big corporations, and they've been seen buying Coke. Not proper Coke, Coca-Cola.
Not proper showbiz Coke. Not the kind of Coke we do on Countdown. Can I have a line, please? John, what do you think the nation should be talking about this week?
The Eurozone bailout?
The Eurozone bailout has been in the news a lot.
Yeah, I've been trying to sort of simplify it in my head, and the way I've worked it out is the cold countries are bailing out the hot countries. That's basically it.
That's exactly it. Why has no one made that point before?
It's Greece's fault. It's their fault they're in the situation. They borrowed too much money. And what do they produce? They produce flip-flops and ouzo. Who drinks something that sounds like a plasterer's nickname? Oi, ouzo! And also, they smash all the plates at the end of the meal. No wonder they're bankrupt. What they need, what the bloody Greeks, they need some fairy liquid and do some washing up. Yes. Well, the thing that seems to be dominating the news is the bloody Greeks. Yeah. Bloody Greeks, isn't it? It's the Greeks.
All right, Michael Caine.
Well, we're in trouble because I worked it out this week. You know when you work all year to get money and then you go on holiday for 2 weeks? But that's where they live.
They're basically always on holiday.
They live on holiday.
Yeah.
So, like, they have...
That is a very, very good point.
They get through the year. They get through the year and they go, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for 2 weeks in Swindon. I'll go work in the Motorola factory for I'm going to do all the big things. I'm going to check in, I'm going to check out, I'm going to eat in the canteen. I tell you what, you come back more tired than when you went away. I'm not going to joke.
I can't decide whether it's racist or not, but I like it.
I think it's that footballer, Tevez. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the footballer Tevez?
I really don't know anything about football, but I think he's
You don't
really
need to say that twice.
He's really expensive, and he refused to go on in some big match. And there was some sort of row, and you saw him being like, well, I'm not going on.
If you look at Tevez, though, he's a very unfortunate-looking chap, isn't he? He does. He looks like Shrek's ugly mate, doesn't he?
I refute that. Let's have a look. He's a great-looking guy. In fairness to him, that was a very sunny day. His flash is too strong. I like it.
He's attention seeking, isn't he? Let's face it, if you're gonna go to a football match and sit on the subs bench, you're probably gonna go on, let's face it, you've got to do that. And then he just says no. He's obviously an attention seeker.
You think he's an attention seeker?
Yeah.
He's obviously an attention seeker. It's the most attention-seeking sort of thing I've ever bloody seen. Jennifer, do you know any footballers?
No, I don't really watch it.
You don't really watch it?
I knew one once.
I read
You knew one once? Who did you know once?
Oh, don't talk about him.
Hollyoaks was like... I always thought Hollyoaks was like a shopping channel for footballers.
What's the other most important moment in life?
People do babies, don't they?
You made it sound like litter.
I think the only reason I want to have kids is so I can look at other people's without being accused of being a paedophile. Like when you walk past a... I don't mean in that word.
No, dig yourself out of this. I'd love to see this. He's got a shovel. He's on your marks, John, and dig your way out of that one.
Sometimes you're walking past a playground.
Sure. He's going deeper before he even starts the dig.
Sometimes you're walking past a playground and you just want to be able to watch the abandon of children. It's like watching nature. It's like when you watch the leaves change in autumn. Sometimes you want to watch a kid on a swing and think, oh, I used to be on swings before I had jobs and before people judged me and before I wasn't allowed to be in a park. And then before you know it, you've been there half an hour and someone says, oh, which one's yours? You go, I'll go then. Fine. I'm not... It's a nice... And sometimes a baby will look at you.
What you should say is, I haven't chosen yet.
XFactor?
You've been talking about XFactor. What's been going on XFactor? Tell me everything.
There's been the bullying with Misha and whoever else she was doing it with.
It's Misha B, isn't it?
Yeah, Misha B, you get me. I love Misha B, though.
You love Misha B?
Yeah, I don't think it was bullying. I think it was just showbiz banter. She was meant to be bullying Sammy.
Sammy,
but Sammy said she wasn't. Sammy said, look, I'm 6'2", 20 stone...
Who said this?
Sammy.
Could you say that again, please?
Yeah, Sammy.
Sorry, who was it?
Look, if you want me to spit at you, I said Sammy. I said Sammy, Sammy, Sammy.
Ironic that we're talking about bullying as I do this. Say Sammy. I like it.
So, all that...
I should just say, because I was teasing you a little bit there, if you're being bullied because you've got a speech impediment, there are people you can talk to. But it will take fucking ages and they may be
Oh, they're all rubbish. They're so... The Misha girls, all right. Sammy now. I'll still sing for the... I bet you are. Do-do-do-do-do.
Simon Cowell being on it. He was horrible, and I liked that. Because he knew that crushing people's dreams made good telly. Yeah. And I think he should have his own show called Crushing People's Dreams. People bad news, like... Unfortunately, your shed broken into. Stuff like that.
That's not actually a dream, is it?
That gives you a terrifying glimpse into Joe's life there. He's gone, my dream of my shed not being broken into.
Yeah, Joe's dream is to have an unbroken into shed.
Four times.
Really?
Breaks your heart. I have to keep me spade in the hallway.
I imagine that for a man with your facial appearance, having a spade in the hallway doesn't frighten guests at all.
I thought it was completely laughable they had Alexandra Burke as a guest judge on there. That's like having Stevie Wonder judging Miss World, isn't it? It's like...
But that's what happened with show business, isn't it? I mean, before someone goes out, you say to them, you know, do I look nice? If you're in... You can I'll get the... Just get on your paper now, I've got a stutter as well.
Now Sean's got to get tested. Your turn to go first. What do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
The Italian Prime Minister, Silvio Berlusconi.
Michael Jackson.
What, sorry?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, let's stick on one thing, shall we, for a minute? Sean had a guess there, and he was probably right, wasn't he? So let's...
We can talk about Michael Jackson if you want. I'm happy to do it if you want Michael Jackson to be our answer.
Well, what do you think the nation have been talking about Joey Essex?
Michael Jackson.
What have you been saying about Michael Jackson this week?
I don't know whether it's true about him, like, you know about the whole thing where did the doctor mean to kill him?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, he's been...
Well, it's been fascinating talking to you, Joe.
Is it the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor?
The family suspect foul play, and it just, you know...
Well, there was a delay, wasn't there, in resuscitation, giving him the kiss of life, because it took them ages to find an 8-year-old paramedic.
I love it. I suppose that's it, because you have to hold the nose while you breathe into the mouth, don't you? So that, obviously you don't want... Right, OK, well...
Well, I was thinking, before he died, his whole life must have flashed before his eyes. And his last thoughts must be, who's that little black kid singing my song? Isn't the question of guilt about whether he wasn't really paying attention to Michael Jackson? And he'd given him the propofol, and then he went downstairs to another room, and he had a baby listener. That's what I found out. That's the really spooky thing about it. And he must have been sitting there, like, watching Downton Abbey or whatever, and he could just hear Michael Jackson going,
Can I have some milk? Can I have some more milk?
He'd have been going, Michael, go to bed! If I have to come up there, you won't be going on that holiday to the O2.
Have some more milk.
I've got a rumour that he's actually still alive.
Yeah, Joey. He's still...
That's what I've heard.
Is he still alive?
He's on some random, like, desert island somewhere, just...
Well,
yeah.
He's on a random...
That's not a rumour. That's a load of bollocks.
Fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get.
Justin Bieber's meant to have fathered the child.
Yeah, but it's extraordinary, because Justin Bieber's only
4.
He's only 17.
Yeah. He's the first... It's why it's in the papers. He's the first 4-year-old even to be alleged to have a baby. Yeah.
No, he's 17 years of age, but apparently he's had a... Why have we stopped it?
Is that one of his songs?
Is that one of his songs?
I genuinely didn't know anything he'd done. I didn't know you could get... Because they keep describing it as a romp.
Yeah.
Which makes me a bit jealous, because I don't think I've ever romped. I think I frolicked once, but I'm not sure. But as apparently it was a 30-second romp, and you certainly can't have... That's like having a 12-course snack.
Yeah. 15 seconds of that was probably untucking his vest from his Spider-Man pants.
I mean, this is the... I mean, Justin Bieber strenuously denies the allegations, but...
How'd you strenuously go, no!
I didn't.
He probably doesn't even know he did it. With that hair, you know his hair, it's like a sheepdog, isn't it? He probably thought he went for a really comfy piss.
Next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Louise, Russell, pick a question.
The man with his thumbs up.
This is your related question. Most people think children today are given too much praise. True or false?
My dad, he was quite interesting. He would give you some encouragement if, you know, on certain things. Like, he used to play that game. You know that game, Spine in a Sack? We used to play that. Do you ever play that?
Spine.
Spine. You ever play that when you were a kid? Spine in a Sack.
Spine in a sack.
Spine in a Sack.
It sounds more like
What he'd do is he'd go out and get some roadkill. Anyway, he'd get a roadkill, and he'd whip the spine out, get the old spine out, then he'd break up all the vertebrae, put it in a sack, then he'd bounce it on our heads, right? And we'd have to guess what animal it was.
Spine in a sack.
Spine in a
Spine in a
sack.
sack.
I mean, you probably called it something different, back in a bag or something. Whatever, it's the same game. I go, oh, is it chipmunk, Dad? And you go, don't be stupid, that's not even indigenous. How am I going to find that on a road? Harder, Sean, work harder!
Are you guys winding me up? Is there really a
Sean, you never really talk about your softer side and being in love, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone. I'd like to see a bit of the real you.
Yes.
When did you fall in love, Sean?
Well, I always find that the confusing thing about falling in love is the symptoms of falling in love are sort of lightheadedness, giddiness, are very similar to the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm not sure whether I'm in love or the flu's blocked. You know?
John, have you ever been in love?
The first two people I fell in love with...
Two?
Hedge your bets. Different occasions, both ended with their partners telling me to stop phoning their home. The first one was a clown, who I fell in love with when I was about 8. He opened a shopping centre near me, and I was transfixed. This guy could juggle, he could do magic, he had poems.
How old was the clown and how old were you?
Clown must have been in his late 20s, early 30s. I'm maybe 9 or 10. I asked for a picture. He's given me his card. It's only got his phone number on it. He obviously wants me to call. I left a few messages. And one day when I phoned up, his wife picked up that bitch.
This sounds like an implausible story that the clown told the police. Like, no, he was calling me. Most men are too embarrassed to undergo beauty treatments. True or false?
Well, you've undergone a few, or is that a natural tan?
This is natural.
Oh.
That's a natural tan, is it?
Well, I've had sunbeds, but I've quit sunbeds now. I don't have sunbeds no more, so...
You've quit sunbeds?
Quit.
Oh, my God, so you've made some sacrifices, haven't you? No. When did you quit sunbeds?
Like last week.
Jennifer, you're a lady. Now, do you think men are too pampered these days? Do we do too much?
Yeah, I do. I like men, like, hairy, smelly. They come far...
Johnny Vegas!
Could be...
So, what's your daily regime, beauty-wise? What do you do, beauty-wise?
Obviously, you know, I wake up, look at myself, and I think, dream. But then I get... Then what? Then I get in the shower, do my hair afterwards. Bang, bang. What are you saying?
Bang, bang. And who's over there?
That's meant to be the mirror.
Oh, I thought that was your carer. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Top way to boost your self-confidence. Go on.
I had a joint birthday party with someone with less friends than me. I've never felt so high in my life.
John, how did you feel about that? Best way to patronise someone?
Is it to ask them if they know what patronise means?
What do you think? Because people often think doctors are a little bit patronising.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. He nailed that. Top reason people are jealous of their friends?
I've got a mate who works at a Marmite factory.
Yeah.
He's always the talk of the town, so...
Yeah. Some people love him, some people...
No, we all love him.
Most useful thing your parents teach you?
Cooking, cleaning, sewing. That's what I learned from my dad. My mum taught me how to make jokes based on stereotypical perceptions of gender.
That is good, though, isn't it? Go on, most annoying habit.
It's the thing you do. I can't stand it. That thing you do like a little skip. You go, and then you go.
If you walk from there to there, you've got to then turn round.
Look, you just do that.
Well, how would you do it? How would you do it? Fine, let's see. Not easy, Sean. Yeah, OK, all right. Sean Lock, everyone. Sean Lock.
You don't do this.
What is your problem? Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.